Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind, where previously we came here to check on our stronghold. Tell Uvirith it shall be called. And at the minute, it's sort of where to Telvanni Tav, very, 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 very small Telvanni wizards indeed. But it's growing. It's still growing. There's work to be done still. She's taking care of it right now. We have successfully checked up on it. And yeah, it would be up to me to choose who would be my steward, my second in command. Very good. Do I have to go talk to someone now, though? That's the thing, or do I just wait? Should be ready to occupy within a week. Well, it is going to grow very quickly, then. Well, in the meantime, let us occupy that week with other things to do, which include, at the moment, buggering off to Master Arian to tell him that we've done the job for him. So, we might even get advancement now that we technically have a stronghold. I mean, it's not much of one right now, but technically we have a stronghold. So what I'm actually going to do is I think we're going to divine intervention my way out of here right now, because I think that'll bring me back to Morrowind. If I CV interventions right now, I might end up in Molag Mar or Ghostgate, which would not be very helpful. So I'll curse you. Do I have a potion I can quickly drink? So yeah, restore magic. There we go. Wolverine Hall, fantastic. This is precisely where I wanted to be. There was a little bit of guesswork involved in casting those spells, but luckily it worked. Marvellous. Right, let's go take the boat up to Tel Voss. And under overcast skies, we arrive back in the Grazelands once again. The ghost fence shimmering away in the distance there. The heavens looking like they're about to open at any second now, but here is Tel Voss in all its, in all its bizarre and slightly disturbing majesty. I think really, Master Arian, nothing personal, but you either go full Telvanni or you go full Imperial. You don't mix it up, man. This place is kind of horrendous. I'm really not a fan at all. Right. Levitate. Oh, I will try and remind myself when we get back down here to visit the temple in Voss, just so I can try and get this stat situation sorted. Now, still haven't rested and leveled up yet. We need to do that too. And as I suspected, yes, the heavens have indeed opened. Let's get inside. Right, who needs stairs, eh? When you're a wizard? Oh, definitely need. Am I ever going to get to use these? Master Arian, have you won the fight for House Telvanni and Shishi? I have indeed. I'm glad to hear that Sethandas is safe. Perhaps this will help. Perhaps this will keep House Red around from making any other unwise decisions. Vattenfell, there's plenty of land for all three great houses. I've prepared for you a silver staff of war, another traditional gift of House Telvanni. Good. Probably garbage, isn't it? Advancement? You are qualified for wizard, but you must first build a stronghold. Bother. It's not considered to be built yet. Okay, fine. Well, in that case, anything else for me to do? I do not have any chores for you at this time. You have done all that I would expect of a spellwright. Find out what you need for advancement and speak with me again. Right, okay, so basically there's nothing for us to do for the next week while we wait for the stronghold to be built. I want to use this. That's dashed inconvenient, all things considered. As I have more or less run out of things to do. There is a quests menu here, as you can see, which was added by one of the expansions, but it's not very good. Woebringer. Ah, it's miles away. Well, I suppose we better go hand over this thing to Caius Cosades, huh? Give him our report. Although first, and I almost forgot to do it, but first, let's go visit the temple here. I think this place has a temple. Now that I think about it, I could be wrong, but I think that building right there is the temple with the mushroom stuff growing out of it. So there are some street vendors here too. I forgot about that. I don't know if you buy anything that I've got. Well, apparently you're not even a real. Okay, never mind. You look like your street vendors, but apparently nothing's for sale. Weird. Everything about boss is weird, to be fair. Right, do you at least have a triolith around here somewhere that I can use? Gosh, you're bloody useless, you lot. You'll do spells and spell making, all that nonsense, but... Reverence for life? Oh boy. No, I'm not interested in a sermon, thank you. Not right now. I do come for healing, but you're clearly not offering it, so... Bother. Well, I guess I could just CV intervention? How the heck would I end up if I did that? I'd probably end up on the bloody mainland if I did that. I think that's possibly not a great idea. Although, you know what? I can just teleport back to my hideout, I suppose. So, you know what? Okay, fine. Where are we going to go? We're going to go here. Oh, great. Okay, just that's fine. That's wonderful. All right, fine. Recall. Oh, dear. And then I'll see the intervention. Fast travel, the wizarding way. Okay. Shrine of Saint Nerevar. Appropriate, is it not? Well, I'll take the spirit of Nerevar, but what I actually need is a bit of LMCV restoration right now. Saint Veloth will do the job. Brilliant! I got my stats back, including my agility and what have you. That's excellent news. Spirit of Nerevar gives us 4 to 5 fatigue. In case you were wondering, that's what it does. Right. That's the Archcannon's office. We don't want to go in there. Okay, well, Balmorra then, I suppose. Yeah. Which means we better go take the gondolas. It's been a long time since we've seen Caius, it must be said. I wasn't planning on going to see him quite so soon, but since we've run out of anything else to do... arena, I guess. No, I'm not here to talk about the Poison Gladiator for the 1000th time. I'm not here to talk about the Poison Bloody Gladiator. The quest seems to be broken. I can't seem to complete it. I gave it a try. It didn't happen. And I think we'll take the Silt Strider. I could go all the way up there to the Mage's Guild, but Silt Strider's right here. I could have perhaps rested while I was at my hideout, to be fair. Done that level up very quickly, but never mind. Balmorra. Welcome to Fast Traveling, the episode here, folks. So a little bit gloomy, isn't it? And the frame rate, as ever, is horrendous. Okay. Still, it's nice to be back. There's something very homely about Balmorra.
Masera.
I say, nobody will mind if I... Alright, never mind. You two will probably mind if I nick the last lantern. Okay. Knock, knock, knock. Hello, Caius. Are you here to discuss your orders, Father Sylvan, or is there something else you want? Well, as a matter of fact, I am here to discuss my orders. You've spoken with Sulmatul and Nibani Maester, and from what they say, it sounds like you really could be the Nerevarine. That's just incredible. Actually, no, she pretty emphatically said that I can't. I'm not the Nerevarine. But, alright then, fine. But I'll have to get used to the idea. Let me try to get word to Meramilo. Perhaps she can find out whether the dissident priests have any lost prophecies. But, what, like they've fallen down the back of the sofa? What a weird way of putting it. But in the meantime, I have a very tough assignment for you. Do you think you're ready? Yes, and also, I really have nothing better to do, so... Don't get overconfident, but it just so happens that I agree. You are ready. But just in case, I'm going to give you 400 drakes. Oh, a whole 400 drakes, Caius. I won't spend them all in one place. Before you head out, make sure you outfit yourself with healing potions, new gear, a little training, whatever you think you need most. And remember, if you get in trouble, back off, rest up, and go back fresh. Don't get cocky. I think this will be a tough one. Caius, I'm not level 10 anymore, mate. Come on. Come on. I'm a master assassin, head of the Morag Tong, whatever. Here's your mission. Fort Buckmoth sent a patrol to Narmok, hunting smugglers with 6th House connections. They found a 6th House base, a 6th House shrine, and a 6th House priest named Dagoth Gers. Speak to Champion Razorpullia at Fort Buckmoth. She'll tell you about the patrol and the 6th House base. Your orders: find that base, kill Dagoth Gers, and bring me a full report on the base. Champion Razorpullia at Fort Buckmoth says a patrol found a base in a cave the locals call Ilonibi. Ilonibi? I don't really know. Anyway, the one trooper who escaped to report has died of corpus disease. Before he died, the trooper reported fighting with monsters and cultists and something about a powerful 6th House priest called Dagoth Gers. But go talk to Razorpullia at Fort Buckmoth. She'll have all the details. Fort Buckmoth is, yes, the one in Alderaan. Just checking. Okay. Seems simple enough. We've wandered into 6th House cult bases before, really. Shadows are being weird again. What is the time? It's 8 p.m. Yeah, I think we should probably go rest.
Don't stand about. Get moving.
Do you mind? The question is, where are we going to rest? I suppose the Fighters Guild is free, so is the Mages Guild. Mages Guild's a bit nicer, actually, so let's go rest in the Mages Guild.
Yes, Outlander, what?
And we could also quickly teleport ourselves to our room once we're done resting as well. So, 12 hours. No funky dreams, and we have ascended to level 29. The results of hard work and dedication always look like luck to saps, but you know you've earned every ounce of your success. Indeed. So I think we'll take extra strength. We'll take extra intelligence and some extra personality. Yeah. There we go. That'll do. Okay, and we'll just use this to get ourselves to Alderaan nice and quickly. Oh, crumbs. Rather not go out in that if it's all the same to you. It's not going to stop, is it? Enemies are nearby. What balderdash, honestly. It's gonna be like this all day, isn't it? Okay, finally. Gosh, I can just imagine Fathers sitting around in the Mages Guild tapping his feet impatiently. Yeah, there's some sort of angry beetle thing, isn't there? Yep, there it is. Stupid indeed, I quite agree. Really? This place has a beetle problem. Balmorra used to have a beetle problem, and then I took care of it. I'm not feeling quite so charitable today, though. To be fair, I probably could have got... If I'd Divine Intervention, it might have taken me straight to the fort, but then again, it may not have, so it's not something I want to risk. Also, you're going to be a problem, aren't you? And then there's that Daedric shrine over there. Do I feel ambitious? I think I do. I might check that out after we've had a little discussion here with the Fort Commander. There might be some good stuff in there. I mean, probably lots of evil Daedra that want to kill me horribly, but also maybe some good stuff there. And what's this? Warehouse, huh? Interesting. Anyway, another building over here. With a door that does nothing.
Go ahead, stranger.
So obviously this is all modded. Hello, Shardy. Hello, Dark Elf. Are you a sheep, a wolf, or a sheepdog? A wolf. They are predators found in the west, in case you didn't know. The wolves feed on the sheep without mercy unless stopped by a sheepdog. There are evil people in this world, and they are capable of evil deeds. If you have a capacity for violence and no empathy for your fellow citizens, you are a wolf. Some are afraid of the sheepdogs and hide among the sheep, but given the chance, they will feed on the sheep. This is a slightly tortured metaphor, and I am leaving now. Right. Ah, you're wearing suitably fancy-looking armor. Hello, Father Sylvan. Did you want to talk some more about the 6th house base near Gnarmog? Talk some more? I'm sorry, was there another Father Sylvan here recently? Only one trooper returned. He died soon after, horribly disfigured with corpus disease and out of his wits. In his ravings, he spoke of a cavern on the coast. He called it Illunaby. It's not... Are you sure it was called Illunaby and that just wasn't him gurgling horribly as the corpus disease took over? Trooper, what's the name of the cavern? Yeah. Well, okay then. Well, anyway, it's not on our maps. That might be why it's not on your maps. Try asking locals in Narmok. They fought with cultists and disfigured man-beasts, corpus monsters, I think. They fled the attackers and got lost in the caves. Then they ran into a half-man creature called Dagoth Gares. This Dagoth Gear slew the rest of the patrol, but spared the one trooper. He told the trooper he was being spared so he might tell others that the sleeper awakes, and that the sixth house has risen, and Dagoth is lord and I him as priest, and all will be one with him in the flesh. The trooper awakened outside the caves and returned here. We couldn't recognize him, and he didn't respond to questions. They just kept rambling on like a madman until he died. That's what the dead trooper called the sea caverns where he found the sixth house base. It's not on our maps, and no one here has heard of it. Again, because maybe that's... what? Anyway. Maybe the locals in Narmok can tell you where to find it, or you may have to search for it yourself. Well, off to Narmok then, I guess. Where is Narmok? Over here? Okay, well, that's quite a walk, that is, actually. Alright. I'm up for a bit of a brisk hike. Get out my old walking stick. Do move significantly faster with that equipped, don't I? However, first, I think I'd like to check out this place. Okay, so, do you know what? I'm not even going to try and hide it. My voice probably sounds a little bit different all of a sudden, and there was a skip there in the recording. The reason for that is because I'm recording this about a week after I recorded the previous segment. This entire video, folks, really has been stops and starts, basically because Christmas has been going on as I've been trying to record it. So I think the first bit of this video was recorded about a week ago, the second bit about a few days ago, and now I'm recording the rest of it now. My voice also particularly sounds a bit different because in the previous two segments, I forgot to turn my audio software on that is connected to my microphone. Luckily, I should have been able to edit the audio in Premiere so that it sounds roughly the same. So you may not have noticed much of a difference, but if you did notice a difference, that's why. So anyway, we're going to check out this Daedric ruin here, because there might be some goodies inside it. There's probably going to be lots of nasty monsters and cultists inside it too, of course. Not even counting these spiders out here. These spiders that make werewolf sounds when they die, which is very amusing. Yeah, you're not hostile, are you? Your friends are, though. Ow. Yeah, you need to die, Spider Daedra thing. Spider Daedra Huntress. Wow, yeah, she's got arrows and stuff, my goodness. Spider Daedric Pauldrons. They are heavy. And they weigh 40 each. They're quite valuable, but not so valuable that I'm willing to overlook that weight. Because, my goodness. What else we got? Oh, Flame Atronax. I have no time for your shenanigans. Pathetic creatures. I'm far beyond Flame Atronax at this point. Oh, Daedroth. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Sneaky, sneaky Daedroth. There you are. Ow. That's a nasty spell you've got there. I'm going to try and... Whoa. Ow. So I'm going to try and get you to use up all your magicka. But I've got a better idea. There you go. Go forth and fight. Useless bastard. What the? My bloody Balmorra did nothing. He just stood there and was like, no, I'm going to leave now. And just started jogging away. Summoned minions, man. Conjuration is one of my skills, actually, with this character. I don't use it very often, and perhaps I just demonstrated precisely why I don't use it very often. Anyway. Yes, hello again. And hello again to you too. Thankfully with Den Stagman's ring and myself being a dark elf in general, these flame atronachs are just pointless. Like, they can't really damage me very much at all. She did, though, and so did that Daedra again. Oh, my world map's gone all a bit weird again. Children of Lord Jihar. Summon a Bone Lord for 60 seconds. I cannot currently do that very reliably, so let's not. I'm going to do it again. What I tried to do last time and what totally just magically, amazingly failed. I do need to heal myself first, though. Amulet of Health. Very good. Amulet of Soothing Balm. Right, where's the little beggar gone? There we go. Really, dude? Come on. Get involved. I have an amulet for that. Amulet of Belina's Antidote. Cure poison. Useful bit of kit. That wasn't poison. I don't know why I tried to cure that. There we go. Oh, Daedroths. Well, the plural of Daedroth is actually Daedra. It's a bit confusing like that, but you know. Believe. Yeah, there it is. Ah. But bother, that's annoying. You followed me all the way in here, didn't you? Stupid spider. Useless creature. Something else still wants to kill me. It's probably another spider somewhere. I just... whatever. Let's... I'd wait, but yeah, something wants to kill me still. Let's, just go off a potion. There we go. And I think while we're at it... Okay. I will attempt to sneak a little bit. If I need to try and scout out what we've got here. No. Which Daedric Prince is that? I think maybe Molag Bal, but I'm not honestly sure. Okay. It's kind of spooky, in fact, that there is nobody here. Have I already been here and I just totally forgot? You'd think there'd be bodies left behind, though, if that were the case. Although, this door's open. It does look kind of familiar, actually. Empty. Oh, I must have been here. Look, there's an unlocked chest and a dread club on the floor. Oh, how disappointing. That's the problem with playing the same game in the same series with the same save game for, and I can't talk to the statue, for like, yeah, there's nothing here. for like 3 years or something like that. I end up doing stuff and then forgetting a year later that I've done it. So this happens, but never mind. Never mind. Disappointing! But fine. Maybe this time I'll actually remember. Welcome back to Morrowind. Let's play Morrowind episode 357, chapter 20. Where hey, it's a storm track in there. Where I think we're going to go into this ruin, folks. I don't think I've been here before. Yeah, I can see it happening. I can definitely see it happening. All right, well, onwards to Narmok then, I suppose. That's all the procrastinating we can manage, it seems. We can go check on Kartag Point while we're there, actually. I forgot that was right next to Narmok. Indeed. Yeah, alright, well. I guess we're hoofing it westwards. We can get there via a boat, but not without fast travelling to somewhere else first, away from Alderaan, so... And I fancy just going for a bit of a hike anyway. You never know, I might find something interesting along the way. That's the hope, anyway. I do not wish to rush through the main quest. And after playing this game for about 3 years, you might be sitting at home saying, oh, you don't say. But no, genuinely. I'm a bit concerned about the fact that we're getting quite a bit into the main quest now and have made quite a bit of progress with it lately. While simultaneously not making an awful lot of progress with Elstelvani. Because right now we are still waiting for the Stronghold to be completed. Which is going to take like a week, so... And having already completed the Dark Brotherhood, we don't have an awful lot else going on at the moment. Really? I do believe in Fathers' mind. His stronghold is far more important, I think, at the top of his agenda than this Blade's business in Narmok is, really. But he's got nothing better to be doing right now, really. I mean, what else could he do? He could do some temple quests or something, you know, go around delivering potions of cure disease to peasants or something like that. But, I mean, why? Why? Why would you do such a thing? Aside from out of sheer boredom. Okay, Mr. Netch over there. Ah, yes, here in the West Gash it is perpetually autumn. They really should make an Elder Scrolls game that has seasons. Next one they do, they should have dynamic seasons in it, if you ask me. Instead of it being the same time of year all year round. Well, mind you, there's a lot of things they should do in the next Elder Scrolls game, but I'm not. Without wanting to get into a rant here, I'm not amazingly confident in Bethesda's ability to actually deliver these days. Unfortunately, it feels like companies like Rockstar and CD Projekt Red have kind of overtaken Bethesda a bit in the open world game stakes. The last few games that both those companies have made have been just so good, and the last few games that Bethesda have made have been not so good, shall we say. Hello, Mr. Cliff Racer. Are you going to cause me trouble as I walk past here? Are you going to take one look at this fully armoured, strange, helmeted assassin and think to yourself, now there's lunch. There's a snack. Yeah, I thought you might have a try. A rat. I feel like it's been a while since I fought a rat. Also some Argonians. Who the devil are you fellows?
Kill
Oh, okay. Alright, let's switch to the Faeryn's Razor, because apparently these guys are very difficult to hit.
Kill.
Hedel Tree Hand and Tanzor Tree Hand. The Tree Hand brothers. Interesting. Do I need another torch right now? Not really. What's going on here then? I certainly don't remember you two from the vanilla game. Where's that? Drag wax. I don't mind if I do. It's valuable stuff, don't you know? Ugh. And a big cauldron. Well. Interesting. Interesting. I'm mostly just confused, honestly. Now what? Oh. Oh, no! A foul foe approaches. A creature born of darkness and terror. Think not. That's Kartak Point over. I can see in the distance. Let's go check it out. Then we'll head into town and start asking questions about Ilona, if that is its real name. Either I've been here before or you guys are part of the quest. I've told Thetrick that he has to stop wielding black magic, but alas, he will not listen. As a result of his experiments, we now have a mystical tree beast running around the bitter coast, spreading fear amongst the population. Hope we can handle this situation without risking life and limb. Narillaril. What on earth? Take your scroll of hellfire. Oh my, hello, I didn't see you at first. Okay, I'm gonna apparently fight an ant. Which hits like a truck. Goodness me. Amulet of shield. That was a very angry old man scream, that was. Okay, we need some healing here. Let's go ahead and quaff a potion, I think. One of the many I have made. Lucky for us, this thing is quite slow. It's pretty creepy. But it is quite slow. It's a wonder it can move at all, really, when you consider the fact that it is a tree! Well, am I wearing my amulet, my shieldy amulet thing? I'm not, am I? As in my proper Radazar's Veil or whatever it's called. I can never bloody find it. There it is. Intelligence 112! I am now a super genius with this on. Don't use the cephalopod helm. No, I don't. I've got limited charges, that thing. And I'm probably going to be using it a lot inside this 6th house cult shrine thing. So, oh, you know what? Fine. That's an easy way to heal myself. Thud. Tree ant. Hardwood. Value 200. Well then. That was an amusing diversion. Let's Speaking of amusing diversions. Ah, I see there's a bit of an issue here with the distant terrain, isn't there? From a distance, it still looks like a big rock. When you get up close, it's actually a statue now. What is it? What is it? Another mud crab? It's another mud crab. Yes, it is. Ooh, hello. You look... Dread crab. I mean, you can say it's a dread crab if you like, but it looks like a bloody Pokemon to me. Anyway. Here it is. The new shrine to Boethiah, at least until sea levels rise again. In a couple of 100 years. Can't do anything with it, but here it is, nevertheless. Ah, it's got the shiny jewels up there for the eyes.
Okay, statue all built. Hope you have fun with new one. Shame to get rid of old Cartag rock, but it caused some problems. Big rock. Shrine got built. Big shrine. Not bad work. I think myself did one real good job. I a legend in my own shrine.
Yes, it was fine work. Well done. Got all that out of that big rock. And I think it only took him a couple of weeks, I think. Orcs are talented architects. Who knew it? Architects, sculptors, construction foremen, you know, what you name it. Anyway, I have I have a distinct feeling that is Ilona right there. I'm staring at it, in fact. But we will go to town nevertheless and ask the locals anyway, just to be sure. But I'm pretty sure that's Ilona over there. And you know what? I am a bloody wizard, and I shall walk across there instead of walking all the way around the lagoon like a pleb. Damn it all. What is that? Ah, just a fishy. Just a fishy. Nice view of the western portion of the mainland of Morrowind over there. As I've said many times before, of course. That portion of Tamriel Rebuilt is really there only for aesthetic purposes, for there are no NPCs, nor are there any interior areas over there. No insides of buildings or caves or anything like that. It's purely just outside landscape stuff. So it's nice to look at in the distance, but tragically we can't actually go there in this Let's Play. And it is a shame, because quite frankly, compared to the eastern half of Tamriel Rebuilt, the western half of it has way more interesting stuff. Like the landscape over there is far more diverse and interesting than it is on the eastern side, honestly. But never mind. Right, Narmok. Is there somewhere I can rest the night here, or I'm suspecting perhaps not. A lot of these really tiny towns here just don't have anywhere for you to rest. They don't have any kind of inn or tavern or something. It's kind of annoying, really. There's a little manor here. Arenim Manor. Probably belonging to someone of House Hlalu, I would imagine, considering there are Hlalu guards around here. Nadine Rotherham's shack. Somebody else's shack. Somebody else's shack. Hello, Hlalu guard. I would speak with you. Heard about Ilona. Ilona Caverns. That's what they call the old sea cave up on the north end of the island. Right on Cartag Point. Don't poke around in there. It's a convenient smuggler's hole, and they might not welcome visitors. Yeah, I think there's more than just smugglers in there, old friend. Just a hunch. Oh, there's a dwarven ruin over there. Sort of a very short ruin, though, isn't it? Either that or it's sunk into the salt marsh. Probably the latter, actually. It's sunk into the swamp. Alright, well, north end of the island, then. We're on this tiny little island here. If I had the paper map that came with the original copies of Morrowind right now, I'd have an easier time navigating, but instead we've got this pixelated mess. But, yeah, it's the cave we saw earlier, basically. It's the cave we saw earlier. But we came to town and asked about it just to be safe. So. And yeah, we are technically on an island. Very, very technically. Like, look at the green nedge. That's different, isn't it? Have I encountered one of those yet in this series before? I would say, I'm saying no right now, but, you know, considering what just happened with that Daedric ruin, like, I genuinely am not sure if I've encountered one of these before or not, but... Fascinating. Oh, it appears to be a bit angry with me. Oh, this thing is no joke. That was a Venom Betty netch. Oh, doesn't drop anything particularly cool or interesting, but it does look different, doesn't it? Wow. And apparently Venom Betty netches are very aggressive. Because I was I was not very close to that thing when it aggroed. At all. Anyway, it looks like there's nowhere to stay here, so there's no point resting. Well, trying to find somewhere to rest. Yeah, hello, Slaughterfish, you can't get me. Not unless you fancy evolving some legs and crawling out onto dry land. So I think rather than trying to get some sleep somewhere around here, because there's nowhere to get some sleep around here, let's just head straight on to the ruin? The cave. Oh, you're dead. Okay. There again, the distant land issue there with the shrine. That is a thing that's pretty much never been fixed, by the way, with Bethesda games. Also, that is a snake. Grass snake. It's a dead grass snake now. Anybody else? Oh, this crab wants to go as well. Flippin' heck. Do you drop dreg wax by any chance? No, you don't. Alright. So. Ilona, Carcass of the Saint. Yes, definitely not a crazy cultist base at all with a name like that. Carcass of the Saint. That is really annoying the way it does that. But yeah, Oblivion and Skyrim have that same issue as well. It's a Bethesdaism, folks. Alright, before we pop in there, I think we're gonna... Can we wait an hour or just rest an hour to get our magicka back? Oh, we can get a bit of it back. I do like the way the eyes glow in the dark, though. That's kind of a neat touch, actually, on the shrine there. Alright, I suppose I had better use the old robe of alteration. Go to sneak mode. Poke our head in the door. See what we're dealing with. Now, of course, Fathers has dealt with 6th House cultists and shrines before. So this is certainly nothing new. Although I'm sure he doesn't like encountering these people. He finds them, even by his own standards, pretty gosh darn creepy and awful. Also, really dark in here. Right. Going to quickly... 6. sneak in here with Night Eye on, just for now. Until we encounter whomever or whatever is in here. I see a naked cultist. Naked cultists we can deal with. It's just there's usually not. There's usually more than just naked cultists down here, so it's the problem. Oh, I'm not. Is that something over there? Yeah, something. It's too dark to tell even with Night Eye. And maybe over there too. How close can we get sneaking right now? Genuinely curious.
You will die.
About that close is the answer.
You will suffer greatly.
Gotcha. Look at this. Doing actual stealth in Morrowind. What madness is this? I can't see very much, but, you know. Orcish Tower Shield, eh? I'll take this pick and this probe, I think. They're always useful. Dead adventurer. So someone came poking around here previously and obviously ended up being killed by the naked cultists. So, you weren't really much of an adventurer, were you, if you got killed by the naked cultists, I think. Now, if I am being stealthy, do I want to switch out Radissard's Veil for the Amulet of Star Vision to, you know, save me wasting loads of Magicka casting Night Eye spells again and again? That's the question. Well... For now. For now, yes, I think. It's still pretty dark even with this, to be fair. Although I can always cast another Night Eye spell on top of it to brighten things up at all. Because Night Eye in this game, unlike in Skyrim and Oblivion, is actually a scale. Depending on how many points of Night Eye you have, that's how brighter it gets. Observe. See, that's Night Eye on top of my amulet. Makes it really bright. So far, not very much to speak of. Ah, hello. Ah. You're wearing clothes. That means you're more of a threat. And you're guarding a door. And you have no face. Oh, welcome to the eldritch horror that is the 6th house. He's coming this way. Very slowly. I'd quite like him to turn around so I can get the drop on him. There we go. There we go. Mind you, if he's got no eyes, that probably means he's got other ways of sensing things, so my chance of sneaking up on him, you would have thought, would be a bit slim, but... Take that, Ash Zombie! Shanked him a couple of dozen times, but it did the job. He had a 6th house mace. Not that good, generally speaking, but hey. So where does this go? Tainted Marrow. Ugh. Charming. Before we head to Tainted Marrow, I think we'll backtrack a bit and see where the other passage goes, shall we? Oh my god, look how fast I move now. If I get my walking stick out, I'll move even faster. I said I wouldn't waste magic casting Night Ionia. What am I doing? To be fair, I'd cast a Detect Life spell if that was like a thing in this game. I mean, you get Detect Animal and Detect Humanoid and stuff like that, but they don't work like they do in the later games. Like, it doesn't give you a shimmering aura in front of you on the screen. It just marks things on the minimap, which is less useful. Hello. You're an ash something or other. You've got a tentacle where your face used to be. So, clearly a higher rank. Tentacle face. Praying. Nice. Tentacle face. Time for you to get shivved. By the world's greatest shiver. Yes. Ash salts. It was an ash ghoul. Okay. Yeah, indeed. There is a horrific tentacle-like growth where his face used to be. Where his eyes used to be, anyway. And this leads where? Marrowak spine. Okay. Marrowak spine or tainted marrow, folks. Them's your choices. Let's try the spine, I guess. Tainted marrow sounds horrendous. Okay. Someone else down here. That is, again is wearing clothes, so clearly you're higher than the naked cultist rank. Oh, bother. Hello. Let's just back off here a bit. Alert the creature over there. Dreamer Overseer. That's who you are. Alright, who's coming after us? Is it you? It's you. Oh my god, I did not expect it to pull out a bow, I must say, actually. That was a bit of a surprise. Ash Slave. Oh, I've alerted the whole lot now.
I'm being attacked. Help!
Well, okay. She has cried for help just as she falls there, but I don't think anyone's answering for now. However, stealth has clearly gone to the dogs, so from this point onwards, I think it's going to be Radisar's Veil and my cool swanky robes back on. Thank you very much. And what was I looking for? Radisar's Veil and a torch, yes. Sixth House Longsword, eh? What does that look like then? Kind of like an iron longsword, except all weird and corrupted. Huh. Deeply unpleasant, but I approve from a external player's perspective, that is. Look at that. That's a nasty bit of kit, isn't it? Drain fatigue 20 points and absorb fatigue 20 points. So you hit someone with that. You're taking 40 fatigue off them. Well, that's 20 points for 30 seconds, so that is ridiculously powerful. You will completely and utterly destroy their fatigue with that thing, just with a single hit. That is a ridiculous item. I kind of want if it went for the fact that it's a house deck. Now, Fathers is clearly no paladin. He's not going to look at something and go, "That weapon is of evil. I will refuse to use it, and I will burn it in a fire." No, but the thing about this stuff is that it's all kind of, there's something of a taint about this stuff. And not merely an, ooh, spooky evil taint, but more of an actual, tangible, like, I might get corpus disease off this thing kind of a taint. So I think I'm going to leave that alone. As cool as that item is, as cool as that dagger is, I'm going to leave it behind, because I think Fathers would take one look at it and go, ooh, I'm not sure about that. If I carry that dagger around with me, am I going to also turn into a raving, stark, mad cultist as well? Something wants to be dead. Oh, it's one of you. I could barely see you in the dark, though. I think I'm going to keep on keeping on with Mehrunes Razor here, even though it's out of charge, just because it seems to be very easy to stagger people with it. And clearly these guys are carrying weapons that I do not want to be stabbed with. Alright, this also leads to Tainted Marrow. Okay. So Tainted Marrow is clearly the sort of eastern section of this cave network. Oh my goodness, it is dark down here. Holy crap. The torch helps a lot, but like not that much, admittedly. But the thing is, it means that I don't have to wear the Star Vision amulet instead of my shield amulet. And it also means that I don't have to cast Night Eye repeatedly. Although, right now it could almost be useful. I suppose the downside is it means I can't use my my glass shield. Ow. Ow. Alright, you lot. Have a day, Droth. Oh, you finally decided to go to work. Yeah, you... Yes, well done, Dremora. What else we got here? 6th House Bellhammer. That is actually quite beefy. Did Dremora have like a union, do you think? Large wrapped corpus meat. I think I don't want to take that. Because I tell you summon these guys sometimes, and it's like it's like he's just standing there, like, yeah, no, sorry, I'm on my union mandated break. I can't actually fight any of your enemies for the moment. I'm afraid. Call back in another half hour. Steel Viper Slayer. Steel Claymores like are very cool looking swords in this game. They're just unfortunately not very good. Do you know what? As long as I'm able to carry it, I'm going to take this Nordic Trollbone stuff, because I want to start collecting Nordic Trollbone. And the reason for that is because at some point I want to get myself a Nord Skeleton Revenant. And I suspect a Nord Skeleton Revenant will probably have heavy armor skill, and I just want a skeleton wearing Trollbone armor, because I think it would look like the most awesome thing ever. I have other summoned minions besides the Dromora, actually. I really should remember that. In fact, I have spells I can use, but I don't very often. Conjuration is one of my major skills. I really should do it more often, but I have so many other skills. Like mysticism, for example. I think I just missed. I can't really see what's going on down there. It's too dark, so... hello. Throwing darts, I see. Okay. You're still here, are you? You're on another union break, are you? Something still wants me dead. I have just no idea where it is. Or I just gave up. Okay. Let me guess, this leads to Tainted Marrow? No, it leads to Blackened Heart. And this leads to Tainted Marrow. Okay, yeah, so Tainted Marrow, blatantly, yeah, it's the eastern bit of it, and Blackened Heart is obviously somewhere in the middle. Well, Blackened Heart's probably where we ultimately want to be, isn't it? But I suppose we should probably clear out the side tunnels first before we head to the centre. So I suppose maybe we should go to Tainted Marrow, and before Tainted Marrow actually is the centre, and I'm an idiot, but no, I think I'm probably on the money. Let's have a potion. How many more Restore Magic have I got? Oh, I've got plenty. Plenty. Total non-issue. Right. Now that's the way to Blackened Heart. Let's go to Tainted Marrow. Tainted Marrow. Where it's extra dark. Okay. More naked cultists. Skinny dipping, apparently. In fetid, stagnant cave water, as you do. With their wrapped corpus meat hunks. Ugh. Oh, just no. No. That's another ash ghoul. Alright, you need to die. Diaper bugger. Didn't even notice I was coming towards him. Charging him, dagger in hand, waving a torch around. It's like, oh, wait, what? And my short blade skill increased to 114! I don't know which mod exactly it is that I have. It might be the code patch that uncaps the skills, but normally in the vanilla game there's a limit of 100 for a skill. That's as far as it'll go, but with it uncapped, I now have 114 short blade. I don't know if it actually provides any benefit going over 100, in truth. Obviously, aside from the fact that it contributes towards your level ups. That's level 29. If it's not capped, it'll keep contributing towards our level ups, but I don't know if it'll actually provide us a damage bonus. Okay, I can't see a frickin' thing right now. There we go. Perhaps a more learned person in the comments can tell me whether or not, for heaven's sake. There we go. Can tell me whether or not going above 100 still actually provides a benefit. Dreamer Overseer, Ash Slave. Lots of candles. Admittedly, giving off for once quite a realistic amount of candlelight, which is to say not very much. Oh, a creature emerges from the darkness. Oh. This is the other benefit of using a torch at the end of the day. It dramatically improves the creepiness. The ambience is just utterly ruined, I tell you, if you use Night Eye. Just totally ruined, you know. The artistic vision of the cultists who created this place is just utterly forgotten about, and ow, stop it. Good heavens. came closer to killing me than I'm actually prepared to admit there. That was almost a little bit embarrassing. Oh dear. I better leech the health off something. Next time I see something, I'm not going to use a potion or what have you. I'm going to just absorb something's health. Like the parasite I am. Leads back to Marowak Spine. Yes, this will be the way. This will be the other way you get in here. I think. So that leads back to Marowak Spine. One of the other ways you get in here, anyway. Okay. So we've not been down this way. Does this lead to Blackened Heart as well? Carcass of the Saint. Okay, so this is back at the start. That leads us back to the start. This leads us back to the spine. I'm actually going to go back around here to get to the Blackened Heart, I think. I'm loving this. Non-linear dungeons. There aren't enough of them in games. Let it be a bit of a labyrinth, a bit of a maze for the player to navigate through, as opposed to a sort of totally linear theme park ride. You know? That's what I have to say about dungeon design in games like this. No, don't go too overboard with it. Like, don't go all Daggerfall with it, because that's a bit too far in the other direction. But you know what I mean. Anyway, right. I do feel a little bit wary about going in here while with my health quite low. Let's just rest for take a breather, sit back for a short rest, D&D style here. You're wearing a different coloured robe to the usual. Right, I have now healed, but I can't help but notice you've got quite a lot of health. Let's just use... I'll summon Dramora. Is he on his union break? He is not! He is actually going to actively participate, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to at least distract this thing. Well done. Ash Poet. An Ash Poet with a 6th house amulet that's worth quite a lot of gold. But again, if I were to take that to a merchant and sell it, I might be inadvertently spreading the cult's influence. So I'm thinking we'll just leave that there. Okay, there's more. But wait, there's more, Mr. Dramora. How about we summon something else? What can we get away with here? A skeletal minion? Can't I summon an ancestor ghost? I can. I almost never do it, but Uncle Ted, get him. Great Uncle Ted. And my Dramora. Of course, realistically, we have no idea who this ancestor ghost is, because, in fact, this is an orphan born to uncertain parents at the end of the day. Per the prophecy and all that, you know. But I like to think it's great Uncle Ted. A scamp. Interesting. I didn't expect to see a scamp down here, I must admit. Hello. Would you like to get involved? I've got you for 2 minutes here, mate. You're on the clock. Come on. How much charge do I have left in the cephalopod helm anyway? Just over half. Might as well deal with the scamp, I suppose, if it's indeed hostile. Yep. What were you doing here, scamp? You're about as lost as I am. Pretty sure I can summon a scamp, can't I? Yeah, I can. Oh, crumbs. That looks like an absolute dude over there. Oh, yeah. That is a... Is that a bone walker wearing armor? Oh, gosh. Where's this sodding thing? There it is. When you're ready. Any minute now. There we go. Let's see. I have other things like this Amulet of Shades. I'm gonna take off my existing amulet to use that though, which is a little bit annoying. I have Arion's Dominator. I can't imagine this ever going to work though. I think the level of stuff I'm dealing with at the minute is probably a bit beyond that thing. I could use one of Mill and Faeryn Scrolls to summon a Daedra for 2 minutes. Yeah, why not? I've got a few of these. Hello, Armoured Bonewalker of Doom. Why don't you fight this Daedra? Go, minions. It doesn't really seem to be fighting back, does it? There we go, we got it. We did it. I say we, you guys did it. Flesh Atronach. Well then. Now that you mention it, it does look a little bit like the old gatekeeper from Shivering Isles. Huh. Soul's Rattle. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Hello. Keep the bloody thing staggered. Get out of it before my own flipping Daedroth kills me. There we go, well done. Another Ash Poet with another amulet. Seems to be over a certain rank these guys get awarded these amulets. Oh no. Archery nonsense, thank you very much. You're wearing special robes. That's because you're a Dreamer Priestess. The medium corpus meat hunk. Ugh. Oh boy. Could you just try and avoid a bit of friendly fire in future? That hurt. That was far from bloody painless. I guess this is where they were chilling out, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh boy, okay. I think we found headquarters. I'd like some health back, please, if you don't mind. Ah, bloody corpse getting in the way. A bit of difficulty drawing my sword there. Come on, you lazy bugger. I need to quaff another potion while you deal with this problem.
Sixels greets you, Lord Nerevar. I am known as Dagoth Garrus, priest of Ilona Shrine and minister to Sixth House servants. My lord, Dagoth has informed me of your coming. I wish that this time you had come to honor your lord's friendship, not to betray it.
This one's talking at me. Okay. I suspect if I hit goodbye, it'll fight me. And it'll end this dialogue permanently. So even though this is a bit awkward and he's talking to me from around the corner, I can't see him very well. Ilona by Shrine.
Ilona by Shrine is just a small, quiet retreat for Sixth House servants. A place to contemplate and grow strong and wise in Lord Dagoth's ways. Here we share the sacraments of flesh and blood, and dream the dreams of our Lord. This and other lesser shrines are hidden from prying eyes throughout the land. But the greatest shrines of Sixth House servants lie beneath Red Mountain, in the citadels of our Lord and his close kin.
Okay. Sixth House servants.
Forgive the rude welcome, but until you have declared for us, we must treat you as our enemy. The sleepers and dreamers are newly come to Lord Dagoth, and not yet blessed with his power. But the children of his flesh, they are deep in the heart of his mysteries. Their bodies swell to contain his glory, and they yield the rich sacraments of our Lord's feasts. And we are the least of his servants, for ash poets, ascended sleepers, and ash vampires stand high above us in the Lord's bountiful grace.
Okay. Their bodies swell to contain his glory. If that's what you want to call tentacles growing out of their faces, so be it, I guess. Sixth House.
The Sixth House was not dead, but only sleeping. Now it wakes from its long dream, and with its lord, Dagoth, it comes forth to free Morrowind of foreign rulers and divine pretenders. When the land is swept clean of false friends and greedy thieves, the children of Veloth will build anew on garden of plenty in this blighted wasteland.
I hasten to point out that it's a blighted wasteland precisely because of you lot, but okay, fine. Our enemy.
Lord Dagoth would far rather have you as a friend than as an enemy. But until you submit to him, Sixth House servants will treat you as an enemy and try to destroy you. If you wish to be our friend, first you must go to Lord Dagoth in his citadel on Red Mountain and make your submission.
Dagoth.
Dagoth is the awakened lord of the Sixth House, come to cast down false gods, drive foreigners from the land, and restore the ancient glory of Morrowind. He bids you come to Red Mountain. The friendship and honor that once you shared, he would grant you counsel and power, if only you pledge that friendship anew. The path to Red Mountain is long and filled with danger, but if you are worthy, you will find there wisdom, a firm friend, and all the power you need to set the world aright.
Yeah, it's not escaping Fathis' attention here. I suspect that that these guys are continually referring to Fathis as Nerevar. These lunatics actually seem to think he is Nerevar. Lord's friendship.
Dagoth gives me these words to say to you, so you may give them thought. Once we were friends and brothers in Overhaul, in peace and in war. Yet beneath Red Mountain you struck me down as I guarded the treasure you bound me by oath to defend. But remembering our old friendship, I forgive you and raise you high in my service. My Lord Dagoth bids you come to Red Mountain. For the friendship and honor that once you shared, you would grant you counsel and power. If only you would pledge that friendship anew. I am not your Lord Dagoth, yet I too would say to you, do you come with weapons to strike me down, or would you put away your weapons and join me in friendship?
Now, one of the more disappointing aspects of this game, just to totally take you out of the experience here, but it's worth saying, is that at this point in the game, it's strongly hinting that there is a choice to be made here. Submit to Dagoth and join him, or attack and not side with him. Indeed, when I first played this game, I assumed I was actually being given a choice. You are not being given a choice, unfortunately. This is a Bethesda game at the end of the day. You're not being given a choice. Even though it sounds like we are. There is no way out of this. We do have to fight him. We do have to kill him. I'm not the only one who was disappointed by this. I know this for a fact, because people got so disappointed that there wasn't an option to side with Dagoth in the main quest, that people actually went out and made mods that allowed you to do just that. Unfortunately, they were all kind of buggy and weird, which is why I decided not to bother with using them in this playthrough, even though I'm playing quite a decidedly evil character. So, we will not put away our weapons in friendship, and indeed, even were I to put my weapons away, I'm pretty sure the guy would still attack me anyway. Yes, no, I regardless, Fathis, of course, wants power. He wants to rule Morrowind someday. But I don't think he wants to do it with tentacles growing out of his face and being subservient to this Dagoth character, you know? Because he can clearly see that these people are all slaves to Dagoth. They're not, you know... They're deluding themselves into thinking they're willing participants in this, but no, they are not even slightly. They are deranged lunatics, totally and utterly deranged, and I think Fathis is now getting a sense of actually that these guys are a genuine threat. They're more than just a weird curiosity that you occasionally encounter in caves. Dagoth there is more than simply a myth, and that this is actually genuinely something of a problem, and of course this is why the Blades and everyone are so interested in this. So look, you'll note actually here that my weapons are in fact away, but no, he's going to keep fighting us, so...
Even as my master wills, you shall come to him in his flesh and above his flesh.
With his dying breath, Dagoth smiles and curses you. And if we are to go and check here, our status effects, you will find that we now have corpus disease. Dagoth has cursed us with corpus disease. And that's what he means by come to him of his flesh. Lord Nerevar Indoril, High Resdania, my lord, friend, and companion. Once we were friends and brothers, Lord Nerevar, in peace and in war. No houseman ever served you better or more faithfully. Much that I did was at your command, at great cost to myself and my honor. Yet beneath Red Mountain you struck me down as I guarded the treasure you bound me by oath to defend. It was a cruel blow, a bitter betrayal, to be felled by your hand. But, remembering our old friendship, I would forgive you and raise you high in my service. Yes, that's the bit that Fathers doesn't like. In his service. You know? This is not an equal partnership he's proposing here. The sixth house was not dead, but only sleeping. Now we wake from our long dream, coming forth to free Morrowind of foreign rulers and divine pretenders. When the land is swept clean of false friends and greedy thieves, the children of Veloth will build anew a garden of plenty in this blighted wasteland. Come to Red Mountain, old friend. For the fellowship and honor that we once shared, I would grant you counsel and power, if only you would pledge that friendship anew. The path to Red Mountain is long and filled with danger, but if you are worthy, you will find there wisdom, a firm friend, and all the power you need to set the world aright. As ever, your respectful servant and loyal friend, Lord Faeryn Dagoth. There you go, a letter as well addressed to us that mostly just reiterated what Dagoth just said to us, but there it is. Oh, crumbs. Hello! That's a bit anticlimactic, but there it is. Well, there's a few bits of treasure to be found here, at least. And the creepy bells. And some glass boots. It's the one piece of glass armor that I don't actually want, because I already have better boots than that. But never mind. Oh, you're still here, I see. And a big ash statue icon thing. Well, we came to the shrine. We destroyed all within it. We've purged this place of the creatures occupying it. But in so doing, we have paid a terrible price for this. Now bears corpus disease. This presents something of a problem, because there is no known cure for corpus disease. Which means, theoretically, he will now descend into a, well, he'll become one of the corpus walkers you see shambling about the place. This is not good news at all. This is very bad news indeed. And we have basically no recourse at the minute, I think, other than to go back to Caius, tell him that we succeeded here, and tell him that also we've contracted corpus disease as a result of a curse. And ask him if there is something, perhaps, that could be done about it. We have heard, of course, in the past about Faeryn and his corpusarium. We actually went there and we saw the doorway to the corpusarium and then rather wisely decided, I'm not interested in going there. I don't want to catch corpus. And rather ironically, here we now find ourselves. So, yes, we've had some of our stats damaged. I don't know if that's the corpus that's actually doing that, admittedly, or if that's just something else. I think I might have been... Oh no, we've got Ash, Woe, Blight, as well as corpus right now. Yeah, well, the Blight disease we can actually fix, I think, if I've got a Blight disease potion here somewhere. I don't know if I have. Cure common disease... No, okay, I don't have any cure Blight disease. Do I have any scrolls of purity of body, or did I use them all? Oh, I do have one. There we go. That'll fix some of my stats. But, even a scroll of purity of body will not remove corpus disease. Now, it's interesting, in the vanilla game you do encounter, like, resist corpus 10% spells and things like that. They're all charlatans. They don't actually work. The only way you can get Corpus Disease in the game is via this event here as part of the main quest. Just an interesting note there. But, yes, although he's showing no visible exterior signs of it yet, he's already feeling the effects, as you can see right there. And on that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, I leave you this time after this extended feature-length episode of Let's Play Morrowind, basically for Christmas and the New Year. If you're watching this right about the time it came out, hope you've had a happy Christmas, and I hope you have a happy New Year and happy holidays, etc. And I will probably see you again in the New Year. But until then, folks, I leave you here with Fathis in this cave with his torch, contemplating exactly what is going to be his next move, because he's, for once in his life now, in thoroughly uncharted territory. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll catch you next time.